All right, welcome back to Weather for Weather Geeks, everyone. It's the midweek edition here on the 16th day of September in 2020. Another very chilly start to the day, although as promised this afternoon was not as cool as the last couple of afternoons. Now that we're about halfway through September, let's review some of the numbers at the airports. Certainly warmer than average has been the theme so far in September, despite the cool weather we've had over the last couple of days. 1.9 degrees above the average so far, thanks in large part to a lot of the very toasty weather we had opening up the month. 84 on the first, 82 on the second, and then we had some mid-80s during the middle of last week as well. That being said, I think we're done with middle and upper 80s for the season. All right, rainfall totals. We've had a couple of big days. 1.04 on the 2nd, 2.42 on the 7th, and then 1.1 on the 13th. Those 3 days comprise most of our rainfall for this month. Trace amounts some other days, and absolutely nothing, of course, over the last few days. Our airport total up to 4.56 inches, and generally around the airport in Vienna, and then heading over towards Warren, and down into Austintown, Craig Beach, Girard, McDonald, and over into Hubbard as well, and even over towards the Sharon area. Those have been some of our hot spots as far as rainfall amounts go in September. Amounts generally a little lower as you get down to the south, with generally between 2 and 3 inches so far in September for a lot of the Route 30 corridor in Columbiana County, and then heading down towards the Ohio River as well. Not as much of a variance this month as during the middle of summer, when big-time thunderstorms can make for some very changeable, very variable, if you will, rainfall amounts across our region. All right, we've had the haze and smoke again today, but otherwise a mostly clear sky. A few patchy cumulus clouds floating by this evening. Clouds will tend to thicken some over the next 12 hours or so. And of course, down to the south, this is our big national weather story. This was Hurricane Sally that made landfall last night and this morning, with lots of destruction along the Gulf Coast, especially in the panhandle of Florida. Still a severe weather threat with this, with a couple of tornado watches out, and flooding remains a very, very big threat. And this heavy rain will spread to the north and east as we go into the day tomorrow and into Friday as well. So from Atlanta right up through Charlotte and Raleigh and up towards Virginia Beach and Norfolk, we're talking several inches worth of rain, and no doubt there's going to be some flooding problems with the remnants of Sally. But thanks to our cold front that's pushing through tomorrow, this will be deflected to our south and east. It's not going to be a problem for us, that remnant moisture from the tropical system. Maybe a sprinkle tomorrow, that's about it. Otherwise, a cloudier day overall, and this front will finally clear out the atmosphere by Friday and the weekend. It's going to be very crisp and cool, but the sky will be much better looking as we go into Friday and the weekend. The wildfire smoke gets swept away finally, and so the sky will have a nice deep blue look to it. And boy, you're going to need to bundle up. This is a pretty significant early season cool shot at the end of this week and into the weekend. So by Saturday morning, temperatures will be down in the upper 30s to around 40. I'm not going to be able to rule out some patchy frost Saturday morning, and then again Sunday morning as well. Saturday afternoon's temperatures no higher than the lower 60s. And then Saturday night, Sunday morning, clear sky, light winds, recipe for good radiational cooling. And so once again, we'll dip down into the upper 30s with patchy frost in some of the colder spots. But as we've been talking about this week, this October preview is just that. It's a little sneak peek of October. It is not something that's going to settle in permanently. In fact, it's a pretty warm-looking pattern, I think, starting by the middle of next week. So well below the average for those afternoon highs, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even a few degrees below average into Monday. But then by Tuesday, we're up to about average, and then we'll be warmer than average consistently, I think, beyond that. So I think September is going to end with a week of pretty warm weather. But this will definitely resemble more mid-fall-like conditions at the end of this week and into the weekend, with, again, overnight lows upper 30s to around 40, daytime highs no better than the lower 60s. Break out the pumpkin spice, break out the sweaters and hoodies, and enjoy what should be a nice-looking weekend, although, again, a little on the chilly side. Thanks for watching tonight's Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll have more weather updates on social media throughout the evening. Make sure you're following me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on my YouTube channel, where you can always find archived editions of the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video.